Good evening to all.
Good evening, sir.
Today's discussion is maybe it will be a lengthy process, and the class will continue for more than 1 hour, 1.5 hour, because in 4 days I have to complete cost records, cost audit, cost accounting standard, cost auditing standard related things I have to cover. So in the first at the outset I must tell you that the duration of the each class will be much more lengthy than previous classes. Now, please write in the chat box who are already completed intermediate cost accountancy. Please write in the chat box so that I can see who can completed the cost audit in theoretically. Otherwise, I will start from scratch. Please quickly write. I think most of the cases are uh, completed intermediate. One or two cases may be containing inter CMA. Now, if you go through the cost audit theoretically, it is a narrow and sketchy syllabus in your in your syllabus. Even in 2022, the syllabus is not sufficient to well equipped a cost student for taking up the assignment just after passing the CMA or taking membership. But they are giving stress on direct tax where we are nowhere. Government is not recognizing our profession as an accountant. You just see the new finance bill has placed in the parliament, and in the definition we are nowhere. And everybody is shouting that why we are the competent enough to take up the tax audit. Why our name is not there? Institute should fight. I do also agree with them, but at the same time, I can tell you one thing. What are the number of practitioners doing tax practice? Here, tax practice is not meant by filing of income tax return only. I already told you that income tax return filing is only a clerical job. Anybody can do. Any BCom graduate can filing, or even in 12 pass boys can file income tax return. There's nothing. I've shown you that only to fill up the some forms and collect the put the input, and that will be done through a software or income tax utility tools. So it is not the tax practice. For tax practice, you have to know the each and every section, its implication, scrutiny, and case laws, and how to fight in the tribunal to win the case in favor of your client. What is the number of the tax professionals? I came in this practice since 2019, May 2019, and from the starting, I do tax practice, not only income tax return filing, but also I am taking the tribunal case also. That is the maximum limit where we can go. After that, the court will not permit us, law is not permitted us to go any further, because in the court lawyer can fight. Anyway, so our main focus should be on the cost audit and cost record keeping. But I am very astonished that the institute is not taking care of that aspect. It is our core subject, core area of practice or any job. If you go for the costing profile, you should know the how to what is cost audit, how it has been conducted, what are the different provisions of the company's cost record and audit rules, etc. And what are the cost auditing standard, what standard are auditor maintaining, how to keep the cost records in any industry. These are all to be covered, should be covered in the syllabus. But astonishingly, it is not there in the syllabus. Only the sketchy thing. Am I right or wrong? Those who have written here, am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
Now, as a senior professional, I have a moral duty for the youngsters to educate them regarding cost audit and cost record keeping and allied subjects. So I was first thought that I will take only cost audit and cost record keeping. But later on I decided that I should also include GST, income tax and tally, because these are all interrelated, and one professional after passing should know all these things so that he can kickstart only after taking the certificate of practice. So my endeavor is to educate you in our core area. I have taught tally, prime entries and all these things, and given assignment. Only 3-4 assignments have been submitted. Others have not yet been submitted. I don't know why the reason. What is the reason? Income tax I have covered. GST I have covered. Now comes our core subject, and for that I kept 4 days. Although it is very short duration, but I think I will hope to cover all the key aspects in this field. If required, I can extend also on 17th itself, if it is required. Now, without taking much time, I just share my screen and go to your Bible, our Bible. Now, can you see my screen? Is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
This is our Bible. The whole cost audit, cost record keeping stands on this rule. This rule is called Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014. You might have come across in your syllabus. So, this is exactly, that is the amended up to 2019. That last amendment has been done on 15th October 2019. And after that, no amendment has been done in this rule. Now, this is the rule which governs cost audit and cost record keeping. So I am starting the topics from here itself. There are some definition which is just for your knowledge. I am not going to details. I am just going in detail where you have to focus. Section 3 of this rule, that is application of cost records. Application of cost record means where the cost record should be maintained. Here comes the determination whether or not a company should keep cost audit or not. You know, under section 148 of Companies Act, central government is empowered to direct a class of companies or an industry to keep cost records if some threshold limits has been crossed. At present, as on today, 39 industries are covered under cost audit or cost record keeping. And that 39 industries divided into two parts. One part is regulated sector, another part is unregulated sector. What are the regulated sector? Number one comes telecommunication service and allied services. Try telecommunication service made available to the user. Telecommunication service is a regulated sector, and therefore TRI comes into the picture. And next, generation, transmission and distribution of power, that means power industry, telecom industry, power industry, petroleum products, petroleum industry. Number 4, drugs and pharmaceuticals. Number 5, fertilizers. And number 6, sugar and industrial alcohol. These are the industries where cost records must be maintained if the threshold limit crossed, and audit has to be done if the threshold limit has been crossed. Now,
এই যে তা খাটলাম আর খাটলাম এই যে তা মম্মি হাতে উঠি না করে
what happened? Anything else? Is there any problem?
सर स्क्रीन ब्लर है आपकी।
Skin?
यस सर, स्क्रीन ब्लर दिख रही है आपकी।
Skin blood दिख रहा है? Okay. This is a PDF format. That's why this is having. I cannot increase the. I can increase the. Yes. Now is it visible? Now is it visible?
नो सर।
Also,
Huh? It is not visible.
also.
How can I do? It's a PDF file actually. Can't you see the screen? Remark?
सर स्क्रीन तो दिख रही है बट जो पीडीएफ है वो ब्लर दिख रहा है।
क्या करें? What can I do? I can reopen it. This is already in blur.
So once you stop sharing it, then again you will restart.
Now it can be can it be seen? Is it
No, sir.
visible?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
It's a full view.
Right, wait.
Now it's visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there are 6 industries under regulated sector. What are these? Telecommunication, power industries, petroleum products, drugs and pharmaceuticals, fertilizers, sugar and industrial alcohol. Now comes to the non-regulated sector. That is, under non-regulated sector, 36 industries covered. Machinery and mechanical and machinery, turbojet, arms, propeller powders. These are long list, and you can have this data from the institute site itself. I am showing how. Go to the institute site. And go to the professional development, and this is the company's cost record and audit rules. This is what which you are seeing. Company's cost record and audit rules. I have downloaded. Now you can see it. It is much more legible. You can download it for your record and read it thoroughly for your knowledge. I just touch the key points. So far we have known that there are 39 industries covered under cost audit. The list is here, regulated A and B. Under A, regulated sector, 6 industries, and B, 36 industries. This list is long. This is the long. Now comes to the point, who can keep the cost records. Under these industries, not every company is supposed to keep the cost records, but some companies must have keep the cost records. What are the companies? For regulated sector, if any product or turnover crosses 25 crores, it comes under compulsory cost record keeping. And for unregulated sector, it is 35 crores. This is the limit. And for applicability of cost audit, it is not required that you are maintaining the cost record as per section 3 of this rule, but also for eligibility of the cost audit, for compulsion of the cost audit, there is another threshold limit. For regulated sector, the threshold limit is 50 crores, and for unregulated sector, that is 100 crores. Now, one thing is coming, that in regulated sector, the turnover is, or any product turnover is more than 25 crores, but not crossed 50 crores, whether it is under audit or not? The answer is no. But if the turnover is regulated sector 50 crores, exceed 50 crores, but the product under cost audit turnover is less than 25 crores, there will be cost audit will attract and cost record should be maintained. That means there are two threshold limits. One is for keeping the cost records and another is for cost audit. Similarly, in the unregulated sector, if the 35 crores has crossed, turnover 35 crores crossed, you have to keep the record, cost record. And if the threshold limit cross 100 crores turnover, and then you must get it audited from the next financial year. So this is the applicability of the cost audit and keeping cost records. Now question is that 35 crores or 25 crores, whatever the case may be, it's not a small amount. It's a big amount, and SMEs does not come under the purview of cost audit. Here is the catch. For improving the performance of the SME sector, cost audit is a very good tools for them. But unfortunately, our government is not recognizing this fact. Otherwise, they can reduce the threshold limit so that SMEs come under the purview of cost audit and cost record keeping and can get benefited by virtue of improving their performance. Anyway, we don't have any control over the government because our institute is doing lot of things, but ultimate result is nil. We have seen in the case of tax audit. So the present situation is like this. But another proposal is on the table of Government of India, a committee report, where the ambit of cost records and cost audit is enormous. They will extend the threshold limit, but extend the government department also, include the government department also in the ambit of cost audit. So that if that will be implemented by the government, then our scope will be enormous. And there are some other points, and many industries will cover. At least 60 industries are proposed to be covered under cost audit. So there will be a massive change if that will implemented. This is under active consideration of the Government of India. Now you know the applicability of cost audit and applicability of cost record keeping. Now I am coming in the maintenance of cost record. That means when the applicability comes from the next financial year, that means when the threshold limit cross in any financial year, from next financial year he has to keep the records, cost records, or get it cost records under audited. Now, how cost audit is conducting? Suppose one company, X company, comes under cost audit after crossing the threshold limit in the year 23-24. He has to appoint a cost auditor by its board of directors within 180 days from the closing of that financial year. That means 180 days from 31st March 24, and it comes 27th September. Last date will be 27th September of 2024 and not 30th September. 180 days means 180 days, not 6 months. Don't confuse. 180 days means 180, and it comes 27th September. How an auditor can be appointed? An auditor, cost auditor, can be appointed by a board of directors passing a resolution and intimating the auditor to act as a cost auditor till the conclusion of submission of his report. Now, there are some legal provisions. What are that? Before proposal to be passed in the board, the cost auditor should give his consent to be act as a cost auditor, and he has to submit a arm length certificate that he is not having any interest in the company and he has no relative in the company. Like this, there are 4-5 clauses, and that is called arm length certificate. Consent letter and arm length certificate should be given to the company, and on the basis of that, the company appoints a cost auditor in the board of directors. Now, how the company choose the auditor? It completely the prerogative of the company. Nobody can challenge it. A company can choose a particular person as a cost auditor and pass the resolution in the board of directors, and that will be final. You cannot challenge why you have taken Mr. X, why you have not taken me. You can't challenge. Some companies are going for tender, some companies for EOI, expression of interest. Different companies are adopting different views. In public sector, generally there will be no tender. Only the persons known to the company will be appointed as a cost auditor, but in PSUs there will be a tendering system, expression of interest system. There will be selection criteria, and if you meet the selection criteria, you can be selected. Now, after appointing at the board of directors, the company should give in writing intimation of being an auditor, appointment letter, issue appointment letter to the cost auditor, and intimate, mind it, the language is intimate has to be given to the central government in CRA 2. I will show later on the format of CRA 2. This is a web form designed by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and you have to file the return under CRA 2 after duly signed by the signing authority, and upload it in the MCA portal. So, within 180 days after crossing the threshold limit, the auditor will be appointed, and auditor will be appointed in writing through a appointment letter, and central government should be informed, intimated through CRA 2 in submission of CRA, filing of CRA 2 in MCA portal. Now tell me, up to this point, anybody has any problem or any question? Anybody has any question? I am telling. You can download, you can open your this document in your computer or laptop and can see simultaneously. If it still blurs, I can't. I am helpless because there is no PPT for cost audit and cost records. I don't need any PPT. Anyway, some PPTs are coming in the next classes. Today, I have to introduce you the rules and regulations. Anybody has any question?
No, sir.
No question. So far we have learned there are 39 industries covered under cost audit. Number 1 point. Number 2 point, there are two sectors, regulated sector, unregulated sector. In regulated sector, there are 6 industries, and in unregulated sector, there is 33 industries. The threshold limit of cost audit is 50 crores for regulated sector and 100 crores for unregulated sector. If in any financial year turnover has been exceeded that threshold limit, from next year they have to get their cost records audited. For that, they have to appoint a cost auditor in the board of directors meeting within 180 days of the closing of that financial year where the threshold limit has crossed. I have given an example also. And auditor should be informed through a appointment letter. Before giving appointment letter, consent letter and absence certificate has to be collected from the auditor. And central government should be intimated through filing of CRA 2. The format I will show later on. So far I have discussed this point. Now, again, after appointment, closing of the financial year, say the auditor has been appointed for 24-25. The auditor should submit the report within 180 days from the beginning of the financial year, from the closing of the financial year in which he has been appointed. If he is appointed for 24-25, he must submit cost audit report within 27 September of 2025. That is 180 days from the 31st March 25. But before submitting the cost audit report, the annexure to cost audit report must be approved by the board of directors. What are the annexure to be annexure to cost audit report? I just highlight you. What are the annexures? Annexure A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6. I will discuss each and every annexure in detail. Just you see, A1 is a details of company, A2 is details of cost auditor, A3 is a details of cost accounting policy of the company, A4 is a product and service details, B1 is a quantitative details of the company as a whole, B2 is a as a CTA code wise, B2 also is a B2 means average cost statement, which is equivalent to the profit and loss of a financial account. B2A 2B is the annexure to B2. C1, C2, C3 is nothing but a applicable for service industry, or B1, B2, B2A, 2B is applicable for only manufacturing industry. D1 is for profitability statement, D2 is for profit reconciliation, costing profit and financial profit, D3 is value and addition, D4 is the ratio analysis, D5 is the related party transaction details, and D6 is reconciliation of indirect taxes. These are the different annexures to the cost audit report. Now, in some cases, annexure should be prepared CTA code wise, and in some annexures should be prepared company as a whole. What is CTA code? Custom Tariff Act code. You will see here there is a given number against the each industry CTA code. These are the CTA code, Custom Tariff Act code. Our cost audit is based on CTA code because each and every CTA denotes different items under a particular group industry. There are lot of subgroups, but that only Custom Tariff Act has been followed by cost audit. So B1, that means quantitative details, where production, dispatch, sales figure will be depicted. That should be prepared on CTA heading wise. B2, that means average cost statement, which is the equivalent to financial profit and loss, will be as per CTA, and rest of the annexures should be prepared company as a whole. B1, B2 also to be company as a whole, but it should be segregated under different CTA code. A company has a number of products in pharmaceuticals. Take the example of pharmaceuticals, drugs and pharmaceuticals. It has tablet, it has capsule, it has ointment, it has mixture, and different type of medicines have different CTA code. So, if you have to prepare the total tablet in one annexure, total capsule in another annexure, total mixture in another annexure, like this, and for that each and every item has CTA code. You can tell that what is the meaning of that, because cost audit is not only a compliance audit, it is also an efficiency audit. So you have to focus on the efficiency part also. Which product performs better, which CTA group is doing better, how to improve the condition, like many things. So the rule is you have to prepare the two annexures CTA code wise, and rest of the annexures is company as a whole, whether including product not covered under cost audit. A company may have 10 products, out of which 8 products are come under the cost audit, 2 products are not come under the cost audit. But in company as a whole, you have to put whole of this thing. But in the annexure B1 and B2, that means, or C1, C2 for service industry, you have to prepare CTA code wise. Now, auditor has to submit report within 180 days of the closing of the financial year. That means 27th September of the financial year, next financial year. For 24-25, he has to submit report within 27 September, provided the company submits approved annexure to the cost auditor for preparing the report. If the company fails, situation may come, the company has failed to provide the auditor approved annexure to cost audit report within 27 September. In that case, auditor is not supposed to submit the report without approval. He cannot do like that. He can request the company, please give me the approved cost accounting annexure to cost audit report, annexure, approved annexure, so that I can prepare the report. When responsibility is fixed by the MCA, in many cases responsibility has been fixed on the auditor. Auditor can tell, sir, I have written so many letters and this is the document. I have asked them to produce for preparing my report, but they have not submitted the annexure, so I could not be able to produce the report in time. Then MCA will catch company and take the penal action. It is a common phenomena. Now, if the annexure, for our simplicity, I take the example that company has approved the annexures in the board of directors meeting, annexure, and forwarded to the auditor for preparing the audit report. Company auditor has submitted the audit report to the managing to the company. In which format auditor will submit the report? The auditor will submit the report in CRA 3. CRA 3. Intimation to central government for appointment of cost auditor is CRA 2. Submission of the cost audit report is under CRA 3. And after receiving the cost audit report, the company must file in XBRL mode, extensible business reporting language, XBRL mode, convert the total audit report, which is in hard copy, Word and Excel combination, have to be filed, convert it into XBRL mode and attach with CRA 4, get it digitally signed by the authorized person and file in the MCA portal within 30 days of the receiving of the audit report. Suppose auditor submitted 27 September, then 27 September and next 27th October is the last date of filing CRA 4 in MCA portal, along with the company's reply, if any, on the observation. After converting the whole cost audit report into XBRL format. Now, how the data will be converted to XBRL mode? There is a software in the market. You have to punch the data in that software and it will be converted through in a click to cost XBRL instance document, and that is converted to XBRL. XBRL instance document which has to be attached with the CRA4 is nothing but an XLS file. But there is a software for converting the entire cost audit report into XBRL instance document. So the whole scenario is 180 days figure is vital in cost audit. Within 180 days of the completion of the financial year, auditor has to be appointed. Within 180 days of completion of the financial, auditor has to submit the report. CRA2 is applicable for, is required for intimation to central government of appointment of cost auditor. CRA3 is required for a cost auditor for submitting cost audit report, and CRA4 is required by the company for submitting the cost audit report in XBRL mode to MCA portal. And what about CRA1? CRA1 is the detailed cost record keeping details. We will cover in the next class. This is a very big chapter. Now, I will show you the CRA2 format. This is CRA1. I will discuss tomorrow. This is a CRA2. It is already blurred. Form number CRA2. This is like this. It has to be filed. It is a web form. You have to download from the MCA portal. Where form it is available, I will show you. Type MCA form download. Forms and download. Here it is. This is CRA2. See, form of intimation of appointment of cost auditor by the company to central government. This is the form. This is the form. If you download this, you will see this form. You have to fill this one. If you fill the CIN number, some data relating to the company will auto populated here, and rest of that you have to mention the file the format. What are the information to be incorporated? Name of the cost audit company and nature of the intimation of auditor, product details, auditor details, auditor address, auditor appointment is a casual or final, and like this. And you have to sign digital. It has to be digitally signed by the authorized person, and here is the digitally signed, and then it has to be pre-scrutiny and filed in the MCA portal, V2 portal, not V3 portal. So this one is a CRA2 format which has to be used for intimation to the appointment of cost auditor to central government after appointment. That too within 27 September. Now, CRA3. CRA3 is nothing but a standardized format formulated by MCA in which an auditor has to submit its report. I or we dash XYZ and associates having been appointed as cost auditor under subsection 3 148 of Companies Act 2013 of X Company Limited having its registered office as Calcutta and audit in respect of Y product. And next he has to certify the certain things. I or we have or have not obtained all the information and explanations which to the best of our knowledge and belief were necessary for the purpose of audit. That means he has to give the explanation, certification whether he have obtained or not all the information as required for your audit. If the company failed to produce some records which as per auditor is required to complete the audit, he can qualify here. He can say no, subject to not producing this record. Second point is, in our opinion, proper cost record as per Rule 5 of the company's cost record and audit rules amendment rule 2014 or have or have not been maintained by the company in respect of products or services under reference. That means company in proper record, cost record means as per CRA 1. In Rule 5, there is a point that cost record should be prepared as per CRA 1. Next, in my opinion, proper returns adequate for the purpose of cost audit have been or have not been received from the branches not visited by us. A company may have different divisions or branches. The auditor may not visit each and every division or branches. He can sit at headquarters and collect the report from branch auditor, and based on the branch auditor's report, he will prepare the report as company as a whole. Because there is a provision, the company that generally the reports, cost audit report is filed in the MCA portal company as a whole, not division wise. But the company needs, it can be filed division wise or branch wise. But as on today, no company is going for that. Company is filing return MCA, that means CRA 4, company as a whole. Next, in our opinion, company does not adequate system of internal audit of cost records or not. He has to form the give the certificate whether or not company has adequate system of internal audit on cost records. In our opinion, statement of annexure to the cost audit gives the true and fair view of the cost of production. This is a vital point. True cost of production, this certificate you can only give after satisfying yourself whether the ascertainment of cost through the cost record of the company is correct or not and has been prepared, arrived as per cost accounting standard and generally accepted cost accounting principles. Now, next point is detailed unit-wise or product-wise cost statement and schedules thereto in respect of such and such product is kept audited and certified by me and are kept in the company. It means there are 7 points on which the company auditor has to certify. And point number 2 is his observation and suggestion, if any. If he has a observation and suggestion during the course of his audit, he come across some observation, he observed something, he has to write here and he has to suggest something. So, this is the format, prescribed format. Nobody can change any language or twist the language in any manner. No auditor can do it. He has to follow this rule, this format. Now, this is the annexure for what I have already shown to you in Excel format. Now question comes, how this annexure to be filling up. This annexure to cost records, cost audit is prepared on the basis of cost accounting standards, on the basis of generally accepted cost accounting principle, GACAP, and both are available in the institute portal. Everything is available in the institute portal, and I'll show from where you have to download it. Cost accounting standard board here. You will see downloads. You will see there are 24 cost accounting standard on different items. Cost accounting standard deals with classification of cost. Cost accounting standard is capacity determination, production and operation overhead cash 3. Cost accounting standard 4 is cost account on acquisition and supply of goods and provision service. Cost accounting standard 5 average cost of transportation. Cost accounting standard for deals with material cost. Cost accounting 7 employee cost. 8 cost of utilities. 9 is packing material cost. 10 is direct expenses. 11 is administrative overhead. 12 is repair and maintenance. 13 is cost of service of cost center. 14 pollution control, like this. There are so far 24 cost accounting standards have been issued. Treatment of revenue in cost, and each and every, if you want to know in detail, you have to read each and every cost accounting standard. For a short span of this type of classes, it is not possible to discuss each and every cost accounting standard. I am planning to take classes on cost accounting standard one by one. One cost accounting standard one day, or 2 cost accounting standard in a one day. I will do it after my returning from United States of America. I will return on June last week, and after that I will be busy with cost audit and income tax, and most probably I could be able to free my in last week of October. Then I will take up this issue one by one, cost accounting standard, to educate you regarding the. For the time being, excuse me, I am not going into details. Tomorrow I will explain one by one the cost record keeping and some other aspect, and recapitulate today's discussion. But this is the whole subject. It will take at least 10 to 12 days for discussing this one, and another 5 to 6 days for cost auditing standard in detail, and I will do it. I will teach you, and that too also free of cost. And my all classes will be free of cost. If it is chargeable, I will not post. I will clearly tell you in my flyer that it is a chargeable. If you agree, it is good. If you do not agree, it is up to you. I am going to hold a boot camp in the month of October, how to earn money, earn income while studying, or for freshers, what are the different avenues. And the boot camp will be free, but the course curriculum will not be free, because I have to hire different faculties for different subjects. I am just designing the course, what are the subjects to be taught, so that after completing that course, you can jump for a earning. That will be a very peculiar course, but for our website users, it will be at a very concessional price, and for others, it will be at normal price. So those who are already member in our site can get the benefit of that. For login, for registering, they have to use the registration mail ID as per our as per our site record. Anyway, it will be taken. It is a separate topic. Now we come to the point. What we have learned? We have learned what are the industries covered under cost audit, when it is applicable, record keeping, when it is applicable for cost audit, how cost auditor has been appointed, what are the formalities for appointment, what are the formalities of submission of the report, and what are the submission of the company in the part of company to filing the audit report in the MCA portal. Now tell me, is there any point for further elaboration? If it is, please tell me. Achha, one feedback form has been given in the chat box. Before leaving, please submit the chat box, the feedback form. I am seeing that some of the persons are not filling the feedback form. After closing of the class, I will reconcile all the feedback and ask them to fill the feedback form. Otherwise, they will not be allowed in my next classes. So, please, because the feedback form is very required for us, for our improvement. Now tell me, anybody has any question in his mind, or can I want elaboration of the point? Is there any point? Tell me. Please don't keep mum, otherwise you will not be learn anything. Please tell me, I will repeat again. No harm.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, if any form has been submitted delayed, does that MCA accept those forms?
Which form? CRA4?
CRA2.
Yes, yes. For delayed submission of CRA2, there is a penalty, depending on the number of months delayed. And for CRA4, there is no delayed, but company will have to explain the delay. I think your point is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other point? Anybody else? Tell me frankly. We are your. I'm not a teacher. I'm your friends. Please tell me without any hesitation.
This cost audit report,
Hello, sir.
One by one,
auditor
please.
have to prepare, or company will prepare, sir?
The cost audit, cost record is to be prepared by the company itself. Auditor has to verify the
Excel,
records.
sir, which you showed, which you showed in it. Previously, you shown one Excel, sir.
Yes.
B1, B2, C1,
Okay.
C2, like that.
I got your point. I'll show you.
Sir, that who will prepare, sir? Auditor will prepare, or company management?
Just hold on. You are talking about this form, na?
Sir.
This
form
one.
only. Sir.
This one, this is called annexure to cost audit report. And this annexure to cost audit report has to be prepared by the company, not the auditor. Auditor can verify the data written in the annexure. Point is clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other point, Saili?
Is any case like reports is missed from cost auditor to submit within a time?
No, I could not get your point. Please clear.
Means delay from the cost auditor side to submit the report.
Okay. This is a normal phenomena, and at present 113 cost auditors has been penalized and put into court in the year, I think it is 2013. In 2013, 113 cost auditor has been received notices from MCA, and nowadays also regularly cost auditor is receiving the notice of delay submission of cost audit report. If he has delayed, the MCA is taking action against that person for diverting not membership register, or recommend punishment to the institute for taking disciplinary against the person. But one thing it must be cleared, I have told earlier also, that if the company is failed to produce approved annexure to cost audit report to the auditor for preparing audit report, and auditor can prove it, then auditor will not be at stake, company will be at stake. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, is there any point from anybody? Is there any point?
Yes, sir. Sir, how can I get the this Excel file?
This Excel site I will share in the group itself. You can get it from the group. I will
Yes, sir.
share
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
I
Thank you,
will
sir.
share the Excel file and the cost company's cost accounting cost record and audit rules PDF format PDF. I will share you. But if you want cost accounting standard, I also share it in the group one by one. It is downloaded in my office, and I will share it. No harm. But you can also download from the institute site, where I have shown where from you get this cost accounting standard. Anybody else? Anybody else?
No, sir. No, sir.
Then shall I switch over to the another topics?
Yes.
Okay. I am sharing a presentation right now. This is a presentation prepared by me, CMA Alokesh Dutta, BSc FCMA, my qualification, practicing cost and management accountant, registered GST practitioner. See, I am always writing in my visiting card also a registered GST practitioner. because I have registered my credential in the GST portal, which I have shown to you. Now, one point is that essential qualities of a cost auditor. Just 1 minute, I have to take water. Is this screen is visible? Is this screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, what are the essential qualities of a cost auditor? You have to know what qualities you have to be for being a cost auditor. Thorough knowledge of the Companies Act 2013, Companies Cost Record and Report Rules 2014, GACP, Generally Accepted Cost Accounting Principles, Cost Accounting Standards, Cost Auditing Standards, and various guidelines issued by the ICAI. You will find all the guidelines under publication of institute publication. I'll show you where from you get the directions. This is the institute site. If you have to go to this one and institute publication. PD publications. Guidance note for download. These are the guidance note. These are the different guidance note issued by the Institute of Cost Accountant for helping us. You can freely download here from here. This one. This is the institute guidelines issued for different aspects, not only for cost audit, but for any other purpose also. Now, first of all, you have to thorough knowledge of Companies Act 2013, Companies Cost Records and Report Rules 2014, GACP, Cost Accounting Standard, Cost Auditing Standard, and various guidelines issued by. Number 2, ability to maintain dignity. You should maintain the dignity. Without having the dignity, nobody will abide by you. Professional competency for carrying out the assignment and ability to face audit committee and board of directors. An auditor has to face the audit committee and board of directors. When annexure to cost audit report is being approved, cost auditor is invited to be present there along with his draft report, and board of directors will question you on different aspects of your report and annexures. You have to be very prepared to face the audit committee and board of directors. I am not showing my proudness, but till now I have faced at least 200 audit committee meetings and board of directors meeting, and in nowhere I have been defamed. Every time I dictate the board of directors or audit committee because of my expertise, knowledge, and information. Even in any cases, I not give the name of the company. I cannot give. I heckled the director of finance and director of technical in a board meeting because they have given me the wrong information, and I threatened them that I will report against you that you are misleading the auditors, and I have sufficient proof on that. So you have to be very thorough in your ability and knowledge, competency, so that you can face the audit committee or board of directors. Another quality you have to do is ability for value of value addition to company. I previously told you that cost audit is not a compliance audit. Statutory auditor, financial auditor is a compliance audit. They cannot add value to the company. Never. As per that framework right now, they have to certify the correctness of the accounting entries, nothing else, and value the assets and liabilities. That's all. But in cost audit, not only certifying the cost data, but also there is a scope in the point number 2 in the CRA 3 that the auditor's suggestions and observation can add a value, and I always try as an auditor to value to the company so that I can justify my fees. Value addition means you have to tell in your report such points, such things has to be brought out in your report so that company will be benefited for your by implementing your suggestion. In 2020, I have an auditor of a big public sector undertaking and submitted a report of 25 pages. When it put to draft audit report put to audit committee has told that, have you written a history? I told them that I am not giving it a written an history. If you follow my report, you will be benefited. Then they told me, please give in a nutshell what are the points. I just pinpointed the different points covering the report. And spontaneously Board of Directors has taken the decision to implement my suggestions. And in the next year, the company has resulted in loss to profit making company. That is my achievement. So, whenever you go for audit in a cost auditor, try to add value apart from compliance. Compliance is one aspect and value addition is another aspect. Right now, I am a lead auditor of principal auditor of Coal India Limited, and Coal India has 38 auditors in different subsidiaries branches, and I lead all of them. And I always tell them, they please add value to the company. Company is paying you fees 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. So try to add value. How you will add value? You have to background knowledge of the company, planning, and observe how to improve efficiency, how to improve productivity, profitability. This is the art. This is an art. Nobody can learn you about this, but it can be grown up if you dedicatedly do your work and have the sufficient knowledge to form an opinion. Next, in-depth knowledge of the company and industry for which audit assignment has been done. It is must. Unless and until you have in-depth knowledge of company and industry, you have to know the industry benchmark also, so that you can compare with the company's performance with the industry benchmark. So you have to, then you can add value to the company. And you have to find out the loopholes in the company, inefficiency in the company by seeing the different data, analyze the cost record, cost data. There are several techniques. I will tell you how to do it in the time at the time of cost audit report in this annexure, in this PPT. I will show again. But today Only I am focusing the basic things governing the cost audit. Ability to convince management regarding implementation of various cost accounting standard and observation made by cost auditors on cost records. You have made a suggestion and company is not convincing. Company is arguing with you why this suggestion is coming or why you have made this objection. This is a common phenomena. I have faced a number of times. But for myself, I always have upper hand because I convince them with the facts and figures that this observation is must be included in my report for this reason. So you must be thorough. Mere reporting is correct. I have taken a classes in the LinkedIn how to make a good report. I think it is recorded in LinkedIn in my profile. If you require, you can see it. I have discussed many things in that classes. Ability to assess the volume of work for quoting and accepting fees. You have to judge the quantum of volume of the work associated with the audit so that you can quote your fees. Otherwise, if you quote over fees, your work will be gone, or if you under quoting, you will have to suffer loss. So these are the essential qualities of an auditor for conducting cost audit. You must be careful or develop yourself this type of quality, because you are going to be a cost accountant. Whether you go into practice or go into job, you have to face the auditor. If you face the auditor, then also this applies, because you have to convince the auditor from the other side of the auditor. My facility is this, my benefit is that once upon a time I was an employee of Coal India Limited and faced the different type of auditors, and now I am itself auditor of Coal India and many other PSUs. Not only Coal India, many other PSU. So it is advantageous for me to sit this side and that side of the table. And that is why I don't have any obligation or any hesitation in submitting my report. Next, why cost auditor? You see, many companies consider the cost auditor as a subordinate auditor. That cost auditor is nothing. He will take the fees and submit the report. But for statutory financial auditors, they give much importance, because they in upper hand, are they superior to us? I don't think so. But the fallacy is like that. That is the reason we are responsible for having that situation. We are having that situation because we do not maintain that our grade degrades the value of accepting assignment by a very low fees. For taking the assignment, we are quoting 10,000, 20,000, where the actual fees should be 1 lakh or 2 lakhs. For getting work, we are quoting low fees. And company is saying that nothing, he will be purchased, throwing a 10,000, 20,000. Does not maintain the dignity, signing audit report without going into depth as fees are low in comparison to volume of the work. If the fees is low, you must cut short the audit and will not go in depth. It's not possible to make your assignment profitable, and in that way some points have been escaped and company will take the advantage. Company will see no, the auditor has not at par with the statutory auditor or financial auditor, because he is not seeing anything. Cannot withstand in their observation and qualification against the pressure of management. If you pressurized of the management will give you tremendous pressure. Once upon a time in 2020, I faced a pressure for withdrawing my observation from ministry itself. The observation was so serious nature that the company has taken the help of a minister, and the minister directly telephoned me to withdraw my observation. And I stick to my point. I had not withdrawn my observation and submit the final report. So that type of strictness you have to observe, otherwise nobody will give you importance. Lack of knowledge about standard auditing practice. Standard auditing practice, our institute has issued standard auditing practice. Most of the auditors are not following standard auditing practice. Just go and sign the audit annexure to the cost audit report and write some 1, 2, 3 points. This profit is increased, this has been decreased, and like these comments, and submit the report. Who will give you importance by seeing that type of report? You itself degrades the profession. So that's why I told that this type of quality you have to build in yourself. Lack of proper professional knowledge regarding industry under which cost audit has been undertaken. You have been appointed for the textile industries. 2-3 years back, I have an assignment on textile industries, and before that, tell me very frankly that I don't have any knowledge regarding in the textile industries. I visited in the another textile company and have the first-hand knowledge before going to that company for audit purpose, so that I can have the knowledge of that industry for conducting audit. Lack of knowledge regarding his powers and duties as per Companies Act. As per Companies Act 2013, an auditor has enormous powers, and companies' cost record and audit rules also give the enormous power, but they do not exercise. They are surrendering to the company. Who will give you the importance? Nobody will give. Shows lack of boldness and incompetency to the audit committee and board meeting. Audit committee question you and you kept mum or don't give proper answer. Audit committee will think that they are very learned fellow. They will spontaneously then and that cash hold you that this fellow is not a competent enough. So this audit report. Lack of competency of adding value to the company. You are not adding value to the company. Then why the company will make you auditor or give you so much of fees? So these are the points you have to keep in mind while becoming an auditor. Why I am telling this today? Because I will start tomorrow record keeping. But before that, I have to tell all these things so that how the record keeping should be done. for satisfying the auditor or for avoiding the adverse comment of auditor, you should know. Before, so that's why you have to know what the auditors should have. I assume that auditors have the good quality, competent enough, and not subordinate. Auditor has a bold auditor. Like next, what I am telling that these are the two things I have to discuss, and another point I will discuss at the time of cost audit. For today, this is the my target, and I taught you elaborately the cost accounting, company's cost record and audit rules, company, the qualities of the auditor, and why, what has to be done, how you have to build up your career in the cost audit field, that I have discussed. Now, if there is any question, please tell me. Otherwise, fill up the feedback form and you can leave. Right now, if there is any question, it's okay, tell me. Otherwise, fill up the feedback form and you can leave. Good night for today. I hope tomorrow I will also be like today's